And we are live. Never get sick of saying that. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Film Stocked live show. Not a Q&A, but sort of turns into a Q&A anyway. We're here hanging out talking what is the best MCU Disney Plus show. The reason for this topic today is two reasons. Number one, the Loki Season 2 trailer dropped today, which looks awesome. If you guys haven't seen my reaction, you should check it out. But I'm a big fan of that trailer. And I said this at the end of my trailer reaction. It had me feeling nostalgic for the 2021 time period, specifically like January to June, when the MCU Disney Plus shows had not been soured for us yet. And so the week-to-week hype and speculation was on another level. And I miss that. I long for that in terms of being an MCU fan. So that is part of the reason for this topic today. But the other half is that Secret Invasion wrapped up a little less than a week ago now, and I finally binged it all. So I've seen Secret Invasion, meaning I've seen every MCU Disney Plus show. So it's time to discuss what is the best MCU Disney Plus show. That's the topic for today. Of course, I'll get to all your questions in the chat as well. But go ahead right now and comment what you think is the best MCU Disney Plus show, and we'll get through this whole thing, give you your reasoning. It'll be fun. Hit that like button. I see we got 52 people in here, so hit that like button as well. If you're on the replay, hit the like button. And Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concern, hot take. If you got a MCU hot take or an MCU Disney Plus show hot take you want to submit, Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee that I get to that. Feel free to Super Chat in your favorite show to guarantee that I get to talk about that. So I see the chat lighting it up right now with that. This is going to be fun. To quote Anakin, this is where the fun begins. So let's dive into the madness. I'll start with some water. We'll talk about this real quick. So David says, Loki is my last hope when it comes to MCU Disney Plus shows. Anyway, hope you're well. Hope you're doing well also, David. And I kind of agree with you. My last hope is actually Daredevil Born Again. But if they drop the ball with that, I might have to cancel my subscription to Disney Plus. I mean, if you mess up that show, that's problematic. So I definitely think they need to nail Loki Season 2. But at the same time, I don't know. I loved the trailer, truly. I'm just nervous. All right, Jedi Connor says, I'd have to say WandaVision is my favorite, but Moon Knight and Loki are a close second and third. I have some thoughts on Moon Knight. We're going to get to that, though. I'm kind of going to save that for a little bit later. I have some thoughts on Moon Knight. Let's just say that much. All right, looks like we had some great discussions going before the live started, which is awesome. And again, welcome in everybody if you guys are in here. I'll put this up here again. Super Chat guarantees I get your question, comment, concern. But we're going to see what's up. This is true, Ryan. Don't forget to leave a like. All right, here we go. Let's do this thing. Adrian says, between Loki and Hawkeye, I like Loki a lot. I like Hawkeye a lot. And that might be a hot take. I've seen people destroy Hawkeye online. But in terms of being the best MCU Disney Plus show, Hawkeye's up there for me, guys. It is. It is this passing of the torch story. Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, is one of the most relatable characters in one of these shows. This is the first time, aside from like Spider-Man, where at the time of the show coming out, our main character is like sort of college age, right? Upper high school, college age, young. A lot of times the main heroes are like full-blown adults. So watching this when it came out in 2021, so I myself was in college, I could sort of resonate with her as a character and the struggle she was going through. Plus, it's Christmas time. It's sort of this Christmas show. It's got this joyous spirit to it. You've got Yelena in there, and she makes for some great moments. I mean, I don't know where people really fell off with Hawkeye. To me, it was the finale, and it was because of the way they, handled Kingpin in the MCU, and people got really up in arms about that. It never really bothered me that much. So I really like Hawkeye, and I really like Loki. Those both are probably in my top 3 MCU Disney Plus shows, if I'm being completely honest. Moon Knight and Loki are easily the best. Moon Knight's I'm going to say this right now. Let me actually go through this before I make this claim. Let me think about this. Okay. I think Moon Knight is damn near a bottom 3 MCU Disney Plus show. I'm so serious right now. Incredibly well acted. Oscar Isaac owns it. But the show falls off a cliff by the end. leaving us with more questions than answers. And frankly, will we ever see this character again? I honestly don't think we will. Very disappointed with the way that show resolved. That's all I'm going to say. Carson, what's good? How's everybody doing? Welcome in. I enjoy Miss Marvel a lot as well. I really do. And Hawkeye and WandaVision have a special place in my heart. That's fair. I have a lot of thoughts on WandaVision too. I'm kind of saving that. All right. So we got a lot of Loki love, which is fair. I mean, Loki, I cannot wait to rewatch Loki. I'm going to do that probably within the next few months. I'm going to watch it before Loki season 2. Very, very excited to rewatch that. I haven't seen it fully since the summer it came out in 2021. Carson says Hawkeye's by far the best. Look, Hawkeye's up there for me. It's up there for me. It's in contention for the top spot. And for many, many years, I've actually said, hey, it's my number one. So I'm not going to argue with that. By the way, 85 people in here, hit that like button, guys. If you are in here, it means a lot. But Hawkeye's up there for me, and I don't get the disrespect. I really don't. Loki, not even close. Loki, okay, so the consensus seems to be Loki right now. Yeah, it felt so unique and not the same format as all of them. And I'm going to say this, I am pumped for Loki season 2 for this exact reason. It looks like a genuinely good show. If you watch that trailer, I mean, first of all, if you haven't seen the trailer, it's out now. Go watch it and come back. But it's a great trailer because it knows what it is. It's a great show. Loki, yeah, I mean, you're totally valid with that. Brady says Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Boom. Falcon and the Winter Soldier gets mad disrespect. My girlfriend Cam loves it. It's her favorite. I also really, really like it. It's top 3 show for me. It gets mad disrespect for some reason. I don't know why. It explores the trauma of Bucky and him coming to terms with life after the events of Endgame. It gives us a new Captain America being introduced. There's awesome action. John Walker's sort of this anti-hero character who you hate, but he's fascinating at the same time. I think people overemphasize the Flag Smashers being poor, really written villains. Kind of let that cloud their judgment of the overall show, because it's that lower, like street level MCU action and lower level issues that I enjoy. The MCU is sort of built on at times. So I think people were really upset with this at the time because it was sandwiched between WandaVision and Loki, which are these magical, out of this world type stories, involving the multiverse or magical powers. Whereas this was more grounded, based in reality. I think people don't vibe with that as much sometimes. So it depends on, you pick your poison, right? I like that sort of storytelling in the MCU a little more, which is why I like Hawkeye and why I like the Falcon and Winter Soldier a lot. So I think the Falcon and Winter Soldier gets mad disrespect. That's all I'm saying. Loki is the best. It's a fun series with good writing. I agree. So yeah, Loki seems to be the consensus here. Ethan says Secret Invasion was mad. You're damn right. It was. And again, I feel bad because I really like the first 2 episodes, early access to them. I did a review of them. I was like, look, there's a lot of potential here. It's got that like early Mission Impossible vibe, specifically like the first Mission Impossible film with these spies backstabbing each other and these reveals. And it just ended up falling off by the end. There was no real resolution. It felt extremely rushed, and it fell victim to the template that is the MCU Disney Plus show, where by the end we had to have the CGI fight and rush everything. And I don't understand that. I think 6 episodes, that format needs to be abandoned. Unless Loki made it work. But even then, I mean, there's a world where they could have made Loki, 8 episodes. I think 8's a sweet spot. So look, Secret Invasion ended up being pretty mad, forgettable already. I'm like, I'm never going to watch that again. It was just it moved at such a slow pace, and it failed to really progress any of the main storylines until the finale, which was upsetting. Like the main action set pieces were really tame and frankly a little underwhelming. So that was kind of unfortunate. But we still have 2 more MCU Disney Plus shows this year, Loki season 2, and then we're getting Echo on my birthday, actually. Is Echo still coming out? It is November 29th, my B-Day. Ryan says WandaVision is the GOAT. Look, I think people glorify that they hold WandaVision at such high regard, not because of the quality of the show, but because of the fact that it was the first MCU Disney Plus show. It was the first time we had ever seen the MCU go to television, and it was the first time we had MCU content since Spider-Man Far From Home in 2019 because of the pandemic. All these things got delayed, so we were hungry for the MCU. It was the first television format MCU content, so people were clamoring for that. I mean, look, the week-to-week hype for WandaVision was unmatched. But when you remove that and you go watch the show again, it could have been one long episode of television, one damn near movie, in my opinion. I think that the show falls off in the end, and it had me the point in this show where it was like, oh my god, this is insanely cool, was when Evan Peters shows up, and they had the opportunity. They had the opportunity there to end up making one of the best pieces of MCU content, because it looked like it was going to have groundbreaking implications on the rest of the MCU. However, it's not what happened. It's not what happened. They dropped the ball hard there. Such a disappointing show. Look, I not crazy about it. Not the GOAT. The time period, I will say, what's goated about WandaVision is the week-to-week hype, the week-to-week build-up. The show itself, not goated in my opinion. By the way, 93 people in here. Thank you guys for showing up. Hit that like button if you guys are in here. Let's get to 100 likes. Super chat's the way to go to guarantee I get your question, comment, concern. You got a hot take you want to drop? Super chat it in. A lot of Moon Knight love here, it looks like. That's good to see. Secret Invasion is the worst Marvel Disney Plus show. I wouldn't say it's the worst when She-Hulk exists, which notice how no one said She-Hulk's their favorite yet. I wonder why. But no, Secret Invasion's not great for sure. Moon Knight's criminally underrated. Moon Knight's overrated, if anything, in my opinion. People overrate crap out of that show. Have I rewatched any of the shows? They've all been one and done for me. I've rewatched The Falcon and the Winter Soldier once, I believe. And I think that's pretty much all I've rewatched. Unless I'm no, yeah. I've rewatched episodes, but entirely, I think I've done The Falcon and the Winter Soldier for the most part with my girlfriend Cam. But I haven't been like, oh, I got to rewatch it. The first one I'm going to be doing that with fully is Loki when season 2 rolls around in literally, 2-3 months. So I'm excited for that rewatch. It's been long enough where I'm like, I remember most of what happens here, but it'll be fun to revisit this without the week-to-week hype, the week-to-week theories, all of this. Just watch the show. Literally, probably in one sitting is my goal. One sitting, like a movie, like the way I think these shows are almost intended to be made movies. And it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. More Loki love. I will click on anything that says Falcon and Winter Soldier probably because it's awesome to see support for that. Secret Invasion underrated. I disagree. I think that it's pretty middle of the road. I don't know, like the reactions, the scores it's gotten, pretty valid, I'd say. Nothing special. That's kind of how I feel about it. All right. Oscar Isaac's second greatest MCU casting next to Robert Downey Jr. Wow. That is, I think that's hyperbole, because I mean, wow. Over Tom Hiddleston as Loki, over Hemsworth as Thor, over Evans as Captain America, over, I mean, the list goes on and on here. Wow. I disagree. Man, that's a hot take. A very hot take. He's great in the role, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if I could really praise it that much. Jaden says, Loki, I found it surprisingly charming as well as well-balanced comedy and drama. Yeah, it seems like the consensus here is like if I was to take a poll, Loki would have about 80% of the votes right now for the best. I care about the Ironheart show. I mean, it's unfortunate that Agatha and a few others have been delayed. And we really don't know when they're going to come out, but I care about the Ironheart show. Riri Williams was one of my favorite parts of Wakanda Forever. That's one of my more anticipated upcoming MCU Disney Plus shows. Secret Invasion. What's up, Jake, by the way? How you doing? Secret Invasion finale was hilariously bad. I mean, I won't argue with you there. Loki is my only hope, as it was easily the best of the shows. Yeah, I mean, that finale, dude. I'm not going to spoil it yet, just in case you guys haven't seen it, because it hasn't been out a full week. But it makes the decision that baffles me, and it's so cheap. The decision they make is so cheap, and it almost is like a slap in the face. It feels desperate, I'll say that much. It's such a desperate move to be like, oh, the fans are going to eat this up. It'll be so cool. And it just wasn't at all. It missed the mark entirely for me. It was so out of place. It was poorly done, to say the least. Okay, we got some Moon Knight love in the chat. So it seems like right now the consensus based on all of your responses is Loki 1, Moon Knight 2, and then Hawkeye 3 is what I'm kind of seeing right now. Sebastian says, what upcoming project makes you the most nervous aside from Daredevil? Of course, I'm nervous for Daredevil. I'm nervous for Deadpool 3, but it's like a good type of positive anxiety, but I'm also nervous because on the other side of that, if they mess up Deadpool, they're like a part of me will be like the MCU's dead to me. How can you mess up Deadpool? I have faith in the creative team involved, Ryan Reynolds in particular, bringing back Hugh Jackman, and of course Sean Levy. But man, I'm nervous still. I'm excited, very very excited. It's my most anticipated upcoming MCU project, but I'm nervous at the same time. Moon Knight wasn't bad, but it was overhyped. Absolutely overhyped. I watched the finale in a room full of people who were like. I watched the finale in a room full of people who are naturally people who hype things up. That's all I'm saying. And I'll leave that at that. And I was like the only person in the room who was like, that was fine. But like people were acting like they just watched like Oppenheimer or something. I was like, what? It's not awful. It's just like, it's very average at best to me, personally. Favorite character in Loki? I'm a Mobius guy. I literally said this, I think, in one of the watch parties back in the watch party days for those who have been here long enough. I said, like, honestly, I was like, I'm so over Loki right now. I literally want a Mobius project. Mobius is my favorite character in that show. He's not only funny, but he genuinely is a great character. Like the backstory they gave him and all that. Mobius is my favorite character in that. We got a super chat from The Last Resident. Thank you. I'm planning on doing a marathon of Captain Marvel, WandaVision, and Miss Marvel before the Marvels. Those are the 3 projects that I would probably watch before, because Captain Marvel, obviously, well, technically Secret Invasion is probably going to be sort of important for the setup of that movie, specifically the finale, though. I wouldn't watch the whole thing. But yeah, I would say Captain Marvel, I will rewatch before, and that's it. I remember the other 2 shows well enough. I may rewatch the finales, maybe the finales of both shows, but I don't want to rewatch all of WandaVision. That sounds kind of like a chore. And I enjoyed Miss Marvel, but I don't really want to rewatch the whole thing. I know that literally, a lot of the 6-episode shows, you can just watch the finale, because if you can literally, if you have seen them once, you go, okay, I'll go watch a recap of the episodes and just watch the finale, because it's not like a ton happens in that, period of time. It's setting up the finale, but the finale is where it's the most important. So if you've seen it once, what my plan right now, tentatively, very tentatively, is to rewatch Captain Marvel, the WandaVision finale, and the Miss Marvel finale, and maybe the Secret Invasion finale, but I probably will pass on that. But thank you for the super chat. I'm excited for the Marvels. I'll say it. I am. I think it has a lot of potential. Hawkeye is definitely the most underrated show. Definitely. The only MCU shows I've seen are WandaVision, Loki, and What If. We got a lot of homework to do, it sounds like, Connor. A lot of homework to do. Secret Invasion, Miss Marvel, and Hawkeye are the most boring and average shows, while She-Hulk is god-awful and Falcon and Winter Soldier is just okay. Moon Knight and WandaVision are solid. So I would say, based on these shows, I would say She-Hulk is god-awful. It's the worst one. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier is solid. I think Hawkeye is solid. I think Miss Marvel's even solid. Loki, I think, is probably great. I think that's the one I probably right now like the best, the more I kind of think about it. Could be the season 2 trailer buzz, but Moon Knight was average to bad. WandaVision, average to bad. And Secret Invasion was pretty average to bad. So that's kind of my interpretation of those shows right now. Absolutely. Falcon and Winter Soldier over Secret Invasion, without question. Without question. She-Hulk is the worst project that I have seen from the MCU, and by miles the worst show. I think you're right, and I think that Love and Thunder and She-Hulk are in contention for outright worst MCU project. Hot take, Loki and WandaVision are better than the Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's not a hot take, Ryan. Most people would agree with you. It's a hot take to say the opposite of that, which I hold that opinion. I think the Falcon and Winter Soldier is better than WandaVision. Again, I go back and forth between Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki, but I think the Falcon and Winter Soldier is better than WandaVision. That is a hot take. Who do you think is the strongest character with the Disney Plus show? So power-wise, is that what you're asking? Like who's the strongest character with the Disney Plus show? I mean, it's definitely got to be Wanda, right? I mean, pretty much without question, Wanda. Yeah. Unless I'm forgetting somebody. I don't even know who the runner-up would be. It's not. I'll go in order. Wanda. It's not Loki. It's not Bucky or Cap. It's not Hawkeye. It's not anyone. What If doesn't even count really. It's not Miss Marvel. She might be the runner-up. Not She-Hulk and not Moon Knight. So yeah, Wanda is the strongest character with her own Disney Plus show, I would say. By the way, 90 people in here. Hit that like button, guys. Keep the questions coming. And we'll keep talking about this, and I'll get into questions as we keep going. But these are fun streams. I do them every week, and I really enjoy, building this community. So keep the questions coming. And again, Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to your questions. Also a way to help support the channel. All right. All righty. This is true. I know that the original release order of a lot of these MCU Disney Plus shows was different. The pandemic shifted a lot of that around for movies and shows. It affected the visual effects department, and it also affected WandaVision. And I think the Falcon and Winter Soldier was going to come out, want to be one of the first ones. So I've talked about this before back in the day. Whatever the first MCU Disney Plus show would have been, there would be this bias where people would always put it at the top. So if the Falcon and the Winter Soldier had come out first, people would say, oh, that's the best one. If Hawkeye had come out first, oh, that's the best one, because it's the first one. And I stand by that. I think that's why a lot of people like WandaVision. I'm so serious. I'm very passionate about that. What If was the best animated show? Well, it's the only animated show, so yeah, I guess it is the best animated MCU Disney Plus show. But until they release another one, that'll be the case. Like, I think that this, what is it? The Spider-Man freshman year show, I think that's animated. I don't know if that's still happening. I think it is. That, Marvel Zombies, or even I think they're doing an X-Men one, but I think I don't know if that's going to be a part of the MCU or not. They're like reviving that X-Men show. Either way, the next animated show they do, I think, could definitely take down What If for best animated show. Yeah, why are the endings always rushed? I don't know. It blows my mind, honestly. It really does. Oh, man. More Loki love, of course. I love the Falcon and Winter Soldier. Hell yeah. Represent. Do I think the Agatha show is necessary? No. I don't think a lot of these shows are actually necessary. Some of them are. I think Loki's a necessary show. I think, to me, the shows that are actually necessary so far, meaning greater implications in the MCU, WandaVision was necessary because it showed her sort of descent into madness, leading into multiverse madness. This was extremely necessary. It set up the new Captain America. He's going to be a huge role moving forward in the MCU. Loki's necessary, right? I mean, you've got Loki seemingly is like crucial as we head towards the next Avengers films, based on the end of season 1 and based on where we're heading in season 2. Specifically because of the whole multiverse saga. He plays a pivotal role there. At least that's what it seems like they're heading towards, right? So those are necessary. As much as I love Hawkeye, was not necessary. What If? Not necessary. What else? Miss Marvel? Not necessary. Moon Knight? Not necessary. She-Hulk? Not necessary. So there have been a few that are actually necessary. But they'll make them. Miss Marvel's going to show up in The Marvels, so that was her introduction. Moon Knight feels like one of them. She-Hulk and Moon Knight feel like some of the most unnecessary, though. The most disconnected, and it's like, what are we doing here? I would love to see how they could ever bring Moon Knight back into the MCU. If someone has a pitch, let me know. But it doesn't seem like it's possible. It just seems so out of place right now. Yeah, the consensus here is She-Hulk's the worst. That's what it seems to be. Let's see. Hawkeye is a great holiday show. Yeah, it's definitely a fun little Christmas season watch. Jason Cruz, what's good? How you doing, bro? Have a good workout, man. Agatha is a special now. Wow, I thought it was still a show. I might need to look into that, though. I don't understand the hate for the Falcon and Winter Soldier either. It blows my mind, really. It baffles me, dare I say. Right, let's see. Secret Invasion should have been a movie. Honestly, you might be onto something there. I think, frankly, most of the 6-episode shows should have been a movie. I just don't get why they spread them out to 6 episodes. Like, I say the same about Obi-Wan Kenobi. 6 episodes. Really quick side rant. Obi-Wan Kenobi is the biggest missed opportunity, I think, in Disney history. If you put a movie trailer on the big screen, before, say, Obi-Wan Kenobi came out in 2022. So we'll say Spider-Man No Way Home has a trailer before it. And that trailer is Obi-Wan Kenobi walking through the desert. It culminates with Vader breathing and lightsaber ignition. You're telling me that movie doesn't make $1 billion and a half, like $1.5 billion with Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi? It does $1 billion with ease. With ease. And it blows my mind that they just said, no, we're going to make it a 6-episode Disney Plus series. In fact, we're not even going to focus on Obi-Wan that much. We're going to introduce a new character, and we're going to actually focus on Leia a lot too, because that's what people really want with an Obi-Wan Kenobi show. Blows my mind that was not a movie. That's $1 billion down the drain. That is. Anyway, a lot of them should be movies is what I'm trying to say. Oh, absolutely. None of the MCU Disney Plus shows are close to some of the best TV we've gotten over the years. Like, even the best MCU Disney Plus show is nothing compared to, like, the highest quality shows we're getting. You know, like, they can be really good, but they're not. None of them are like, oh, that was great. That's some of the best TV of the year. We haven't got that yet. And I think Daredevil could be that, but we'll have to see. In fact, Daredevil and The Punisher are two shows that actually are in that caliber, and I don't think the MCU has reached that yet. Fair. Top 3. That's respectable. I am also excited for season 2 of Loki. What if it's so overhated, people say? I don't know if it's overhated. I think that it's really just so forgettable and unnecessary. And so people are like, oh, it's like, frankly, useless right now. That's why I think people are dismissive of it, including me. I just don't care. Secret Invasion was mid. A lot of people seem to be saying that in the chat. She-Hulk was a disgrace. Secret Invasion was okay, just okay. Secret Invasion did have a lot of potential. Like I said, the opening, there was so much potential. I was loving Falcon and Winter Soldier for the first 5 episodes, but had a problem with the finale. What problems did you have with the finale? Let's see. Secret Invasion was carried by Sonya. That's Olivia Colman's character, right? She was a highlight of that show. It's weird because I really like Nick Fury, and I was happy that he finally got his own project, but they made him, like, they almost made him boring. It was really weird that so many episodes of the show just kind of bored me. Unfortunately, you know. Echo's going to be terrible. We'll have to see. Will have a lot of Daredevil. I think it's going to have having a few episodes. There's only 6 episodes, but I think Daredevil and Kingpin are in it. If I had to bet, this show's sole purpose at this point is like, oh, we're going to just use it to set up Daredevil at the end. So we'll see. What do I think about Echo? Again, I am very curious to see how this turns out. It's the first MCU Disney Plus show where all the episodes are dropping day 1. Usually they space them out. Sometimes they drop 2 episodes at once and then go weekly. This is the first time they're doing all 6 episodes on the same day. Could that be a red flag? Let me know what you think. It definitely could be. And again, if you guys are in here, hit that like button. I see we have 84 people in here. Hit that like button. Love to say that. Boom. I need a little graphic that just pops up. All right. What If does count as one of the shows. What do you guys think of What If? Marvel Zombies has a lot of potential. In fact, a lot of these shows in concept have a lot of potential. Will they actually deliver? I don't really know. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. Hot take, Moon Knight is better than Batman. Are you saying the character or the Moon Knight show is better than the Batman? Either way, Batman is a better character than Moon Knight. Loki was goated. It was really good. Really good. I enjoyed it. I don't know if it was like fully great because it did have some issues with the format of the show more so. Like I felt it could be rushed at times, but that could be resolved when I rewatch it. I'm rewatching it in like a month or 2 probably. But we'll see. I have hope. I have really high hopes for season 2. Moon Knight is a complicated one because YouTube, Instagram, etc. love it, but Twitter and only Twitter strangely hate it. They say it's worse than She-Hulk. Wow. I've seen most people kind of in the middle to love Moon Knight, but I've never really, gone down the rabbit hole of Moon Knight threads on Twitter or Moon Knight discourse online. I just didn't care at the time to do that. But I think it's funny, no matter how good people say an MCU Disney Plus show is, there will be that hype for a bit and then no one talks about it. I don't see a single soul talk about Moon Knight. The only reason I'm talking about it now is because this is an MCU Disney Plus show live. But like people will be like, "What's the best? What are the best? Some of the best TV shows of the decade?" Moon Knight would not be in the conversation. None of the MCU Disney Plus shows would, which goes back to the point my friend Jacob made earlier. They're serviceable, good shows. Some of them actually are really good, but I don't know if there's been a truly great one. I think the closest is probably Loki. Falcon, Winter Soldier, and Hawkeye, as much as I really like them, I'm able to acknowledge the fact that they might not be great TV. But they're still good, well made enough, in my opinion. I also am excited to see what they do with Kate Bishop. I thought she was a shining light of that show. Top 5 MCU movies in no order. Actually, I'll give you the order. Infinity War, Endgame, Iron Man. Number 4 is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Number 5, I think I go Guardians 1 or Civil War. John Walker really shined in the Falcon and Winter Soldier. John Walker was one of the better parts of that show. In episode 4, he was just despicable in episode 4. Yeah, he was a scumbag, honestly. I hope the new Daredevil show is good. I'm excited for it, but will it deliver? That's kind of the waiting game right now. Secret Invasion deserves its own saga. I don't think we're ever going to revisit anything from Secret Invasion. Like Skrulls in general, not one of the more interesting main plots in the MCU. I'm interested to see if they ever even revisit it. Like, are they going to? I don't know. I mean, who's to say? Maybe. We don't know for sure. All right, where was I in the chat? And again, there's no way I'm going to be able to get to everything, so Super Chat is a way to go to guarantee that I can get to your question, your comment, your concern. It pops up on my screen. It's also a huge way to help support me and the channel. Anything goes a very long way. I Am Groot. I totally forget about I Am Groot because it's not one of the MCU Disney Plus shows. It's a series of shorts, but I did watch I Am Groot. Overrated. I've never heard anyone really even talk about I Am Groot. It's cute. Other than that, it doesn't do much for me. I know the one episode with Rocket was funny, but these are like 10-minute max shorts. Like some of them are sweet and serve a nice little purpose, but other than that, they're disposable. That's what I would use to describe I Am Groot. It's disposable. Throw it on once in your life, and you could honestly, it's like almost a compilation thing you could watch on YouTube of like I Am Groot highlights. You could literally just look that up on YouTube and be good. Super chat from the last resident. Thank you. Thoughts on leaked post-credit scene of the Marvels? I have spoilers, but we're committed now. Where Miss Marvel and Kate Bishop team up to form Young Avengers. Interesting. I mean, I'm down. I would love to see Kate Bishop in any form or fashion in the MCU. I hope that actually is true. I would be totally cool with that because I really like Kate Bishop, Haley Steinfeld, great in the role. Like I said earlier, she's one of those characters that's relatable, and we don't get a lot of like younger leads in the MCU. So both of these characters, I think that range true for where you can sort of relate to them. Yeah, I'm sold. I would like that. Will that happen? I don't know, but I honestly would love that. Like I would be like in a theater. I'd be like, hell yeah, there she is. Kate Bishop's. I have 2 Funko Pops that are over there. I have some Hawkeye Pops. So yeah, I like her character a lot. I don't get the hate. I think people are mad that she fought Kingpin, which is like whatever. It's like we have not fully something that I think the Daredevil show needs to handle is what I'm trying to say. The Daredevil show needs to really kind of make it clear the distinction between the Netflix Daredevil show and the MCU Daredevil. Because like it's just I know they haven't come out and fully said. They've hinted at things and there's some confusion. I know that like in the Netflix show, there's like a newspaper article talking about the battle in New York, and then obviously Daredevil shows been No Way Home and he's in the MCU. It's just what is true, what are the universes? I would love for Feige to come out and just put out a video and explain it to us. But anyway, I thoughts on this leak post credit scene, 2 thumbs up for me. I'm here for that. I would really enjoy that if that was the case. And thank you for the super chat. Okay. Yeah, definitely got to rewatch Loki for season 2. I think that's a must. That's a must. All right. Hawkeye is the most underrated. Kate Bishop and Clint have the best chemistry. They really do, and I don't understand the overwhelming hate. People looked at me like I was crazy when this was like early 2022. I was like, yeah, my favorite's Hawkeye at the time. People were like, what? I was like, yeah, it's just how I feel. I hope Hawkeye gets a second season. I would honestly rather see sort of Clint just be retired and not see him again, and then have Kate Bishop, who's the new Hawkeye essentially, come in and be in a film. I'd rather see her in a movie than have like season 2. Unless they want to go season 2, I'd be fine with that, but who knows? I'm kind of done with TV shows, sort of. Thoughts on the Thunderbolts movie? Let me take a sip of water. Just, I'm fine. Swallowed the wrong way on live. We made it 3 years without that happening. Hold on. Whew. Went down the wrong pipe. That's never happened on live before, but there's a first for everything. Whew. Anyway, thoughts on the Thunderbolts movie? Some of you guys are like, whoa, am I about to watch him choke on live? No, we're good. All right, here we go. Thoughts on the Thunderbolts movie? I would say I'm excited, but I'm cautiously optimistic because I like Bucky a lot as a character. I'm a fan of the lineup. You got Yelena, you've got Red Guardian. Fan of the lineup. I think it has a lot of potential. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. I think it could be a great movie. I'm just scared how when it comes to like the movie doing well at the box office. That's what I'm like cautious about. Really am excited for the movie. In fact, my girlfriend's a big Bucky fan, and I think that she's over the moon excited for that. So I look forward to it. All right. Daredevil not having Nelson and Murdoch, like they can't disconnect from the masterpieces. And yeah, it's unfortunate that I saw that article. There's not going to be any Nelson and Murdoch. And I don't think Karen and Foggy are even in the show, which honestly is a massive missed opportunity. Mobius is the best character in Loki, in my opinion. All right, let's see. We're doing a speed round here. You guys ready? I actually haven't checked out the new Travis Scott album yet, so that's my thoughts on that. Will I ever do anime reviews? Probably not. It's just not really my cup of tea. What's your favorite Marvel movie outside the MCU? Probably gonna have to say Spider-Man. 2002 Spider-Man, the first Sam Raimi film, or maybe no. That's got to be my answer right now, as it stands right now. Did I like What If? What If is okay. It's probably the least memorable MCU Disney Plus show. That's an amazing profile picture, by the way. God, I love that. Is that that's Sean Bean as Boromir, correct? I assume on the set of Fellowship. That's amazing. God, that is so cool. All right, moving on though. Let's see. All right. I know it's not Marvel. Why does no one talk about Lord of the Rings? Crazy how that was a Lord of the Rings profile picture, and the next thing I click on is Lord of the Rings. I didn't watch Rings of Power. I've seen the trilogy. I watched it twice within the last year. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, that is. And I actually enjoy the Hobbit movies. I just don't watch them all that much. But when it comes down to this, I think probably because I honestly, I don't know. There was no hype for it, really. Apparently, it was like a lot of people watched it, but I didn't check it out. Maybe I will, but I don't know, really. I have no answer to this. I think marketing, maybe. Who's to say? I don't know anyone personally who actually watched this show, or even online for that. I don't know anyone who watched it. Gore's the most wasted MCU character. I mean, less so Gore wasted, but Christian Bale totally wasted. I mean, you get an actor of that caliber in the MCU. What? And you waste him like that? Really upsetting. What I think about the leaks for Midnight Sun team, including Moon Knight, Blade, Doctor Strange, and Daredevil. My question would be, where's Punisher? I would want Punisher on that lineup. That's my big question. But look, Daredevil, Punisher, Strange, Blade, Moon Knight. There's a lot of potential there. I would love for them to announce that, but we'll have to see. Daredevil and Punisher back together again. That's what I'm the most excited for moving forward. That and Deadpool 3. And where the hell's Spider-Man 4? What are we doing? It's like, I think I ranted about this the other day on a stream or something, but like, why are you you're gonna make No Way Home, and it's I think top 5 highest grossing film ever made, top 6, and you're not gonna just immediately greenlight a sequel. I mean, I know it's happening, but immediately go ahead and start that movie. And I don't know, it's crazy that movie's probably not gonna come out for a few more years. Do I think Killian will win an Oscar for Oppenheimer? I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. Ellie, what's up, Ellie? What things would you change about every Marvel Disney Plus show? Honestly, if I would make them into movies, but if I couldn't do that, I would make them more episodes to flesh out every storyline and character. Most of them are 6 episodes long, which is not enough time. Not enough time. Make it 8, make it 10 episodes even. 10 would be perfect. 10 episodes, maybe even 8, but just make the shows longer so that we can feel like we know these characters better and understand them more. And that way the finales aren't always so rushed. They're so rushed to have this final battle and conclude everything, and it just always leaves me unsatisfied. So that's what I would change. Make them all longer. Star Wars Disney Plus greater than MCU Disney Plus. Yeah, I agree. You've got the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, you've got Andor, and you've technically got the final season of Star Wars: The Clone Wars with ease. With ease. Now, don't get me wrong, both have their fair share of disappointments, but that's pretty easy comp in my opinion. 2 super chats, by the way. This is from Thomas. Will you do a review of Dungeons and Dragons on YouTube? Maybe. Maybe not. I saw the movie. I really enjoyed the movie. Thomas, I know you were one of the big people campaigning for me to watch this film. I really liked it, and I have a review on my Letterboxd. I don't know if I would review it in a full video unless I did like the only time it would come up, I think, is if it will come up in a video that's coming out tomorrow called Everything I Watched in July. That's where I kind of talk about it there. I don't know if I'll do a full dedicated review of it at this point just because the movie's been out for so long. But I enjoyed it, and I will have a lot to say about it. Again, Letterboxd is a place you guys can follow me over there. It's linked down below to see like my more in-depth thoughts on it. But I also will discuss that in my upcoming video tomorrow. So probably not a designated video review. Probably not. We got another super chat. We need to move away from Rick and Morty writers. Yeah, I've never watched Rick and Morty. You know that? I've never watched it. I've seen 1 or 2 episodes. Isn't this... Yeah, I think I read somewhere that, like, I don't really look into the writers of the shows. Did they actually write some of these MCU Disney Plus shows? Let me look this up. Rick and Morty writers. Didn't they do, like, was it, I don't know, Quantumania or something? Rick and Morty writers, MCU. We're Googling this real quick. Got to see what they did. Okay, they all wrote for Rick and Morty before being hired by Marvel. Waldron. Okay, that's the guy. I recognize the name. Is he not the guy that did Loki? Okay, this article actually says why Rick and Morty writers are so perfect for the MCU. So that's funny. Yeah, so it looks like here that they do have a lot of Rick and Morty writers, actually. Interesting. So yeah, I've never seen Rick and Morty, so I don't really think of it when it comes down to it, but it looks like one of them was the lead writer for She-Hulk, so yikes. Yoicks. All right. Where was I? I was somewhere in the chat. Moon Knight's a little overrated, in my opinion. By the way, what's up? What's good? How you doing? I like to look at people's profile pictures. Is that Ilsa Faust from Mission Impossible Rogue Nation? I don't know. If that is, that's pretty cool pull, in my opinion, to be able to just see that and be like, that's Ilsa Faust from Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Anyway, I'm doing well, and I do agree Moon Knight is overrated. How excited are you for Loki? Also, what do you think the future of Wanda / Scarlet Witch in the MCU is? I'm very excited for Loki season 2, and I had a trailer reaction. In that trailer reaction that's on my channel right now, I say feels nostalgic in a way. We're going back to that era where, yeah, the shows might not have been the highest quality ever, but they're better than they are now, undeniably. And there was this week-to-week hype, and people were excited for Wednesday or Friday, whenever that's come out, excited to wake up and watch them and talk about it online. Seems like that's coming back in a big way. So I'm very, very excited for it. I'm honestly looking forward to it. With regards to the back half of your question, the future of Wanda is unknown to me. I don't know if I really care. I think she's not dead, but maybe she is dead, and that would be fine. We can kind of let her rest. I'm done with Wanda, and that's kind of how I feel. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it here. The WandaVision fandom, a large portion of that online was just toxic, and so I'm kind of good. Like let the Wanda let Wanda rest. That's what I'll say. Let Wanda rest. Cam's in the house with the super chat. Thank you, Cam. The Falcon Winter Soldier is the right answer and the later answer. Cam, you've missed some dialogue in the chat. We've got a lot of discourse going on. talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and all the other shows. There have been some kind things said about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There have been some not so kind things said about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So feel free to get into it in the chat with fellow MCU Disney Plus show fans. I love the Falcon and the Winter Soldier in terms of the MCU Disney Plus shows. When I say that, I will make this statement. I don't think any of the shows are outstanding TV, but I do. That's top 3. It's top 3 right here. Top 3 show. Maybe top 2 on a good day. Maybe top 1 on a good day. Again, just depends on my mood, honestly. All right, we're going to continue onward. Onward! Like the Pixar movie. The first 3 shows are the best, in my opinion. Sad how Disney Plus Marvel started well and has really fallen off to a point of people not liking them all. Yeah, I think the first 3 have like the most passionate fans. And then I'd even throw Hawkeye in the mix. But after 2021, the quality drop was noticeable and people started to get tired. That became evident. Gilo says, just saw Oppenheimer. Wow. Hell yes. I know you were in chat the other day saying you were going to check it out. Hype that you saw it. Movie of the year, in my opinion, right now. And you guys know I adore Guardians 3. But I think Oppenheimer is just ever so slightly above it right now for me. They're vastly different. But God, is Oppenheimer. I went for a walk this morning and I was listening to Fusion, one of the tracks from Oppenheimer. It's the track that's playing. There's a scene in the movie where like Oppenheimer and like there's 2 dudes on his right and they're like walking on like this football field on like a campus to like go to this like little underground area, and like the way the camera pans over him, I literally like put myself in shoes. I was like walking super fast like I was in the movie. Honestly, that's the move if you want to get a good workout in. But really glad to hear that you enjoyed Oppenheimer. I love that movie. I'm trying to see it again in theaters, to be honest. Really am. Oh, by the way, while I have you here, not you, just you, Gila, but everyone in here, and Cam's in the chat as well. I've been doing this. I totally meant to do it earlier. If you guys like this live stream, you like this discussion, you should go check out the Unusual Couple podcast. I just put the link in chat. Everyone go subscribe. We're going to have an episode talking about MCU Disney Plus shows coming soon, but it's very, very fun. We enjoy it, and it'd mean a lot if you guys go check that out for extra content just like this, but with myself and Cam talking on a weekly basis. Cam, you also missed some Thunderbolts chats. We were talking about Thunderbolts. People were asking about it. All right. Hot take, Miss Marvel over Moon Knight. I agree. Miss Marvel was a more enjoyable show for me than Moon Knight. It really was. Peacemaker or Loki? I think Peacemaker's a really, really good show. So I'd have to go Peacemaker over Loki, but that's no shot to Loki. Peacemaker had that James Gunn writing. Like, come on now. Only seen Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier equals worst. Wow, I disagree. Falcon and Winter Soldier is better than WandaVision. Loki's where the debate can happen, but it's clearly better than WandaVision to me. Better character arcs, better action, better main plot. WandaVision is a little gimmicky in retrospect. I just, yeah, not it. So I disagree, but I do appreciate the super chat. Peacemaker, Secret Invasion, Peacemaker, for sure. Where are we at? Water break, I got you. Cheers to me choking on my water earlier, if anyone was in here for that. I'd be completely fine if we never saw the character She-Hulk again. I don't think we will, to be honest with you. And I also don't know if we're going to see Moon Knight again. But yeah, Midnight Sun seems to be the project where he would be brought in. Water is the best drink without question. And I apologize for you guys having to watch me choke on my water earlier in the stream. Do you think the Loki season 2 is going to get a lot of hate? Well, every MCU project is always going to get a lot of hate, so probably. But I don't know if it will get. I think it's actually going to be good, though. I really do. So I don't think it's going to get a lot of hate, but people. It just depends. It depends on what they do. It's all the shows are going to get hate. A lot of them definitely do seem rushed and cheap, though, Jason. I agree. All right, now we're getting into the Kenobi section. Yeah. Man. Peacemaker and the Boys are what Marvel shows should be in terms of quality. And throw in not even that. You can literally dismiss those 2 shows. You already have Marvel shows in Daredevil and The Punisher that are the quality of what these MCU Disney Plus shows should be. That's the sad part. There's Marvel shows out there of high quality. So why is the MCU not giving us a show like those yet? I don't know. I think we're close, though. We're close. I think we're close with Loki, with Falcon and Winter Soldier, but just a few ingredients missing. Secret midvasion. There's always going to be a creative way to throw mid into any new title, and honestly, it impresses me the more I'm online and see them. Secret Invasion or WandaVision? Huh. I haven't had to answer this question yet, and that's a really interesting one, Noah. I think I have to say, look, you guys know I'm not crazy about WandaVision. But if the two are presented in front of me, this is the way I'm going to answer this question, by the way. If the two shows are presented in front of me and they were like, you can watch this or this right now, you have to pick. There's a gun to your head. Oh, okay. I'm going to pick WandaVision. It's because I think there's a little more intrigue with WandaVision. I'm a little more invested with WandaVision than I am with Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion got really it dragged at certain points. Uninteresting characters. At least with WandaVision on a weekly basis or episode to episode basis, there were times where I was like, what is going on here? I gotta tune in the next episode to see how they wrap this up. What are they hinting at? I think it dropped the ball in the end, but I would say WandaVision over Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion's low on my ranking, by the way, if you guys didn't know. Keep Watch Burn MCU or Marvel Edition. Guardians 3, Across the Spider-Verse, and No Way Home. I have to keep No Way Home, honestly. I do, because I have to be able to rewatch the last hour of that movie for the rest of my life. I will watch Guardians 3 for the satisfying conclusion that is Guardians 3, and I guess I'll have to burn Across. Sucks, but I love Across, but I guess that's what it has to be. Here's my cup. It's a Stanley cup filled with water and ice, and I somehow swallowed the wrong way earlier. All right. Appreciate you guys being in here still, by the way. Hit that like button if you guys are here now or on the replay. Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, your comment, your concern, your hot take, whatever it is. Anything goes a long way. What If had a lot of potential, but it was boring. What If had a lot of potential. They should have just dropped all the episodes at once. No need to space that show out, honestly. No need. Yeah, I will agree, Matthew. The Doctor Strange episode of What If, that's the fourth one, I believe. That's one of the best episodes, not of MCU television, but of that show. That's the zombie episode, and then there was one more that I liked. Some of the other ones are just so throwaway. Like the seventh episode, I think they go to Vegas and Thor's like getting hammered or something. It's really weird. Am I the only one who finds it weird that Lalo Salamanca is in Hawkeye despite being one of the best TV villains in TV? Really weird, because I hadn't watched Better Call Saul prior to Hawkeye, but I watched Better Call Saul after Hawkeye. And so it was such a waste of the actor's potential. He plays Jack in Hawkeye, for those wondering, but they should have done so much more with him. Weird, really weird that he just showed up. They also have Vera Farmiga, who's in Lorraine from the Conjuring films, and she's also in The Departed. She's a great actress. She plays who'd she play? She plays Kate Bishop's mother. So Hawkeye's got a pretty loaded cast. It's just, I think a lot of characters were a little underutilized. All right. I think it has to do with Disney Plus doing a weekly release basis, leading to a loss of interest. Yeah, I think if you drop some shows, you just drop it all at once and the buzz can be there. Some shows, it's like Loki, that's a week-to-week type of show. WandaVision, week-to-week. Echo, drop it all at once. Secret Invasion, honestly, should have dropped all at once. I will die on that hill. Peace, David. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you have a great day. All right, where are we at? Do you think Daredevil belongs in Spider-Man 4? I would love to see him pop into Spider-Man 4, but I think that more importantly right now, he needs his own show. But there is a world where Daredevil and Spider-Man get a movie together, and I would love to see that. It's just honestly, I'd rather see Andrew and Charlie Cox together. That would be a movie. That would be cinema. Andrew Spider-Man and Charlie Cox Daredevil. Cam, if you're in the chat, come on now. Secret Invasion made me appreciate Falcon Winter Soldier. Fair. I think that's kind of the case. I think over time, as we get more of these shows, people are like, wait, Falcon Winter Soldier is actually not that bad. All right. Oh my God, we haven't even talked about this. Yeah, more special presentations. More special presentations, please. Guardians Holiday Special was a big hit for me. left me with a big smile on my face. And Werewolf by Night was a badass. That was one of my favorite MCU Disney Plus things they've ever done. I was really high on that when it came out, and I still enjoy it. I'm going to watch it in October. I like Werewolf by Night a lot. More special presentations, please. Make them maybe a little bit longer. Maybe like an hour 10, over the hour mark. I know they're like 40-minute quick hitters, but Werewolf by Night really dug it. Really dug it. Hello, Peter. All right. Rocket and Groot series would be nice. I'm kind of good off the Guardians. Like, I love their conclusion. I don't think we need to revisit them yet. Not anytime soon. I don't think ever. Without James Gunn, I don't really know if I want to see him. All right. It'd be interesting if Kreese died. They faked us out once already, but when it comes to Cobra Kai ending, I think it will end in a great place. That's all I really have to say. I think everyone will be happy. I don't think they're going to leave anything loose. I don't want to theorize too much here. I just think it's going to have a really happy ending. Leave us all pretty fulfilled. I have seen Ted Lasso. Memory of the Goldfish. All right. Thoughts on Hogwarts Legacy? I gotta actually play the campaign. I've only played like a side mission for Cam once, but it was fun. I really enjoyed it, and I know I would get hooked if I ever actually did it, and I probably will on Twitch at some point. But by the way, just dropped in the chat the Unusual Couple podcast. Go subscribe if you guys haven't already. Currently at 822 subscribers, trying to make the push for 1,000 over there. Go check it out. Also, I'm going live on Twitch today. I went live on Twitch yesterday, but going live on Twitch, that is linked down below. And if you guys want to continue hanging out, asking questions, come hang out in the Twitch stream and let me know you came from YouTube when you're in that chat. Absolutely, I'm going to see the Blue Beetle movie. I'm pumped for the Blue Beetle movie. Cannot wait for the Blue Beetle movie. Let's see. Roads, we're going. We don't need roads. Bum, bum. Yeah, cue the Back to the Future music, right? Where does Peacemaker rank in your MCU show's ranking? Well, it's not an MCU show, so it doesn't rank anywhere. Have I started Peaky Blinders? I haven't, but I know I need to. All right. Do you think we'll see Hawkeye again? If you're referring to like Clint Barton, yeah. Probably in like the next Avengers movie, even if it's just in like the background, for like one line of dialogue. He'll be in it again at some point. But I would be fine with them just kind of letting him rest. Outside No Way Home and Guardians 3, the MCU has been crap. Are you referring to post-Endgame or overall? Because that's dismissing a lot of great projects. What if Loki season 2 stinks? That would be a huge bummer and probably like just deflate any anticipation I have for the upcoming MCU Disney Plus shows. Like, I already have low expectations for a lot. Loki season 2 to me actually looks really, really good. I might be setting myself up for failure with having high expectations, but at that, I just have hope in it. I really do. I don't know why. Maybe I'm a fool, but I don't think it will stink. I honestly don't. So we'll see. I'm still really excited though. Then we got Echo right after it, and I'm not crazy. Like, I'm not super excited for that. So it's kind of scary, honestly. Here's the link, by the way. Go plug this in, subscribe, check it out. We have fun over there. Justin with a super chat. Thank you, Justin. Hot take: the Marvels will be bad. I think a lot of people think this, so I don't know if this is a hot take, but I disagree. I think it will actually be a very enjoyable movie. Do I think it'll be the best MCU movie? No. Do I think it'll be top 10? No. I think it'll be a very fun MCU movie that progresses the story in the sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Outside of Earth realm of the MCU. There's a better word, I just can't think of it. Not like the space side of things, but there's definitely a word, and if Cam was here, she would be able to say it. We always say it, but I just am blanking on it. I think the Marvels would be pretty good. Perfect? No. But very entertaining, fun, and I'm excited to see the chemistry of this team. Monica kicking ass, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, Nick Fury in there, more Goose. It looks like a big step up from Captain Marvel, and I think we live in a society that just compares, every recent project, and that's fair. I mean, I fall victim to it. We all do. But it's going to be directly compared to Guardians 3 for what reason? I don't know. Guardians 3 is a James Gunn movie. That's the conclusion of a trilogy, and the Guardians films have always been really good and kind of apart different from the MCU in a way. The fair comparison, I think, is Quantumania. So we'll see if it's better than that. I think it could be. Which, by the way, I'll rewatch Quantumania soon. I'm very scared that I'm not going to like it. I was a big defender of the movie, and everyone was like, "This movie stinks," and I was like, "No, it's not that bad." And I haven't watched it since February. I'm scared to go back and watch it now because I'm like, wait, what if I don't like the movie? But I think I do, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know whenever that happens. And if you guys are here, hit that like button. Is it possible to hit 100 likes? Are we at 100 likes? Currently at 91. So 9 more likes to hit 100 likes. Hit that like button. Do it. All right. I was somewhere in the chat. Speaking of Quantumania is overhated. Yeah, that's how I felt for the longest time, and I still kind of think it. I mean, people say it was just the worst movie ever, abysmal. I was like, I never felt that way. What if shouldn't have connected the episodes? Some of them alone were top tier. Yeah, I think that just like standalone one-offs would have been a lot cooler as well. Loki's the best show. WandaVision's the best show. I see. Again, there's the podcast channel. Make sure to go subscribe. I drove 2 hours and 2 hours back to watch Oppenheimer and 7 there IMAX 10 out of 10. Lucky, because I have a theater but I think it's fully sold out, the one I would go to. And it's a bummer. You know, I saw the movie in regular IMAX and Dolby. So I saw it twice. And it's cool, but I've seen how big the screen is for 70mm IMAX. It looks like otherworldly cool. So I would have loved to have seen it there. I think it's fully sold out in my area, so I'm not going to be able to, but it is what it is. What's that poster in your background between Batman and Stranger Things? Oh, it's also Stranger Things. You guys see it? Stranger Things. This is the Dear Billy art, and this is the piggyback art. So this big Stranger Things wall right here, and then this is so they're sort of other stuff. Which these posters might be replaced soon. I have some over there that I need to hang up, and then I have some really cool artwork I got at Fan Expo Dallas that I'm trying to get framed soon. I just procrastinate framing things because framing kind of expensive. But I don't know where I'll put that. I have a vision, though. I have a vision for how I want to frame it. How does The Boys stack up with the MCU shows? I think it's a better made show than all of them, personally. Oppenheimer's top half Nolan. I loved it. Yeah, Oppenheimer is like top tier Nolan for sure. The more I think about it, the more I like it. The more I think about it, the more it could make the push for the top spot. I made a video where I said it's the best made Nolan movie and probably the best Nolan movie that I've seen in a long time. But then there's Inception. There's The Dark Knight. It's tough, but it's up there. It's high up there. Which one I like more, WandaVision or Loki? Loki. Joseph the Horror Guy, what's good? How you doing? JJ, what's good? How's everybody doing in the chat? What's your guilty pleasure Marvel movie? Mine's Multiverse of Madness. Iron Man 2, I guess. A movie that's, poorly received that I enjoy. I don't feel guilty about it. I've never really liked the term guilty pleasure. I know I've never really used it, because it's like a weird term to me, but by definition, I guess Iron Man 2. Because I know that it has issues, but I still like it. So that's my answer. Sorry. Looking through the chat here. Should I watch Oppenheimer? 100%. I'm doing good, Andrew. Glad to hear you're also doing well. What's good, Galaxy Geeks? Appreciate the support. Thanks for stopping in. Do you think Marvel should stop making MCU shows? I think they should really, really maybe do one a year and make it really good as opposed to putting out multiple a year. And they've slowed down a little bit. They were going hard for a bit there, but slowing down, I think, would be the first step. Don't stop. Just slow it down a little bit. By the way, Unusual Couple Podcast, check it out. There's the link. Myself, my girlfriend Cam, we talk Marvel, movies, all that stuff. A lot of fun. Go check it out over there and watch some of the recent episodes. I appreciate that, 24 bricks. Thank you. I want to know what you think the most underrated MCU Disney Plus show is. I really like She-Hulk. I would say underrated Hawkeye. Yeah, A lot of people dismiss that show as the worst. I've seen videos recently, people saying this is the worst one. So Hawkeye is the most underrated to me. I think the Falcon and Winter Soldier is also underrated, underappreciated even. Yeah, this is a great reference, and you guys will understand if you're following me on Instagram for something that's going to be posted soon. Sorry, but it's funny. That's all I'm going to say. It's very funny. I swallowed water correctly that time, by the way. I'm real proud of myself. All right, if you guys are in there, hit that like button. I think we may have just hit the goal of 100 likes. It's always the goal. Currently at 99. Who wants to be like number 100? If you do and you comment it, I will immediately click on your thing. I'm literally going to scroll down. Who wants to be the 100th like? Someone did it. Who is it? Who was it? Come clean. Who was it? Landon Scott was 100. Shout out Landon. Shout out Landon. Right here. I salute you. All right. We're going back up in the chat to where I was. Who will die in Stranger Things 5? I get asked this question a lot, and my question, I was thinking about this today. I really want to talk about Stranger Things more. It's just, I would have to be really creative with it, and I'm going to be. I talked to my buddy about it, and I have some really creative ideas. So I'm going to tell you guys here, because you guys are in the stream, you deserve to know first. You guys know how I do reacting to your hot take videos, right? Well, we're going to flip that on its head. Reacting to your Stranger Things theories. I'm going to put out a poll. I'm going to ask you guys, hey, drop your Stranger Things 5 theories, and I'm going to make a video reacting to them. Because I love Stranger Things, my favorite media. But at a certain point, you can only do so much with it. Normally we would have... They would be deep into filming right now, if the strikes weren't going on. So it'd be a different ballgame. But with Cobra Kai and Stranger Things, it's like, I don't want to just sit here and talk it to death every single day when there's a ton of other movies and shows I love coming out too. When Stranger Things 5 comes out, if you thought I was annoying with Stranger Things Season 4, you need to get ready. I'm letting you know now, years in advance, because I will be insufferable about talking about Stranger Things pretty much daily. Same with Cobra Kai when that final season comes out. So same with like anything though, if it was the new Avengers movie, it'd be the same way. It's the big thing that I'm excited about. So I look forward to it. But who will die, to answer your question? I'm sticking to my guns here. I think 11's dying. Yeah, I think 11's dying. That's the conclusion I've come to. But it's like, it's just, I feel strongly she's got to go. That's what I feel. We'll see though. We shall see. All right. Milk or apple juice? I like these questions, by the way, the random questions. We can kind of get into those now for a bit. Apple juice. Is that a hot take? Chocolate milk over apple juice, but just regular milk? I like apple juice. I don't drink it all that much, but as a kid, I loved apple juice. I drank it out of a sippy cup. It was elite. Eli, I appreciate you. The Unusual Couple podcast, we have a lot of fun doing it. Do you think Echo should be canceled in order to prioritize? I don't think they're going to do anything with Echo. They're just dumping it on Disney Plus because they're like, well, we have this and we don't really know what to do, so we might as well just put it out there. That's kind of what I think they're doing with that right now. So it is what it is, what can you do? But it's out there, and I think that hopefully it's not terrible. We'll see. We'll see. Moon Knight over WandaVision. I think I agree. Moon Knight over WandaVision, I think, but I'm not crazy about either show. Hot take, Endgame should have never happened. This is a disgraceful take. That's actually, that might be one of the worst takes I've ever seen. And everyone's entitled to their own opinion. This isn't a personal attack against you. It's just, Endgame should have never happened. Why? Why should Endgame never have happened? It's literally the culmination of the MCU at that point in time. It's the conclusion to years worth of character arcs and storylines, and it's beautifully done. I just disagree strongly. When does Stranger Things 5 come out? Lord knows at this point. Maybe 2026, 2027. We have no clue. I'm very pumped for it. Very pumped for it. Has Cam seen the edit? I did. I sent Cam the edit, and she said it was very funny. She said, I treat my Fall Guys character so poorly. Because I do. I yell at the little guy that's running around, and even though I'm the one controlling it. So basically, I'm yelling at myself. I'm projecting onto my Fall Guys character. let's see. All right. I am not going to be seeing TMNT. I just don't care. Um, it's nothing to do with the quality of the movie or any of that. I've never watched a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie fully in my life. None of them. So I'm not going to go see this one. And I think that's okay. Sometimes there's just no need. There's just no need sometimes, and that's the case with this. Thoughts on Omni-Man, Peacemaker, and Homelander Mortal Kombat? Pretty cool. I mean, I don't play Mortal Kombat, but it's neat when when any sort of game, whether it be Fortnite or Fall Guys, where you can buy a certain character skin or something, like that's just cool to me. And the fact that this is a combat game, and I think they're going to be able to like do their finishing moves, that's pretty neat. So, Oppenheimer, The Dark Knight. Right now, I think I still have to put Dark Knight above it, but it's really close. Who's better, Mike or Will? Will. From Stranger Things, for those wondering. Season 3 of Stranger Things rules. What are my thoughts on Happy Gilmore? It's a very funny movie. I've seen it once or twice in my life, but it's a very funny movie. Carl Weathers is in that movie. Chubbs, I believe, is the character's name. It's a funny movie, and it captures the rage associated with playing golf, because golf's an infuriating sport. It's a lot of fun. Get out there with some friends, get on the golf course. It can be really infuriating, though. I'm not going to lie. I have seen Baby Driver many times. I saw Baby Driver in theaters with Cam, actually, years ago now. Great movie. Great movie. I am going to see Gran Turismo. I'm excited. I love David Hopper, the man, and Will Turner. Orlando Bloom is in the movie. Very, very excited for Spider-Man 2. I'm currently on my Twitch, which is linked below. I'm playing Spider-Man. Probably going to be playing that today on Twitch, actually. And I'll do like maybe a hybrid stream where I do Fall Guys and that. But go check out my Twitch down below. I'm trying to hit 1,000 followers. I'm very close. So if you guys aren't following me, you should. I'm replaying through Spider-Man. And in October, I'll be playing the new Spider-Man game when it comes out. So I am very much looking forward to it, to say the least. Got a super chat from Gilo. Do you think they ruined Mike's character in Stranger Things? I do. I'm hesitant to say ruined, but he's definitely fallen from grace since season 1, when he was sort of the main kid in season 1, right? And then by the time season 4 rolls around, he's taken a back seat and he's kind of an ass. And I don't vibe with Mike a lot of the times. In season 2, he's so anti-Max joining the friend group. It's like, just get over it. That's kind of how I feel. In season 3, he's just a little irritating, honestly, towards Hopper, and just his attitude always rubbed me the wrong way. In season 4, the way he's dismissive of Will when they goes out to visit in California, it's like, what are you doing, dude? I just don't vibe with him. That's what I'm trying to say. Do I think they ruined his character? I don't know. I think they're still, they could make him a lot more likable in the final season than he is right now, but I don't know if they outright ruined him. He's definitely fallen off a bit for me, though. I will say that much. A good question, though. Thank you for the super chat. Endgame should have lived up to its title and been the end of the MCU. It was the end of the Infinity Saga, essentially. I think Far From Home technically might have been, but it was the end of the story. I kind of see what you're saying, but at the same time, we're still getting some quality projects here and there, so I don't know. I do think it's weird the MCU is going to go on forever. Eventually, you would think there needs to be like a stopping point, but I don't know. Am I going to do a Q&A on Wednesday? Probably. I try to. I can't guarantee it, but I'm trying to. Saw X or Saw 5? Well, I haven't seen Saw X, so I have to say Saw 5, I guess. I haven't seen Saw X, but I hope Saw X will be good. I think it will be. Most underrated episode is the Hank Pym episode. Is that the one involving the is that like the 3rd episode? Is that the one where like the Avengers are getting picked off one by one or something like that? That was a crazy app. I think like Hank Pym was real to be doing it all, right? That was pretty solid episode. Murder mystery sort of thing. I would love to try and start the FNAF games before, but it's unlikely that I will play them all to completion prior to the film. coming out. I mean, I don't know if that'll happen. But anyway, I'll go for a few more minutes here, so be sure to hit that like button. Keep your questions coming. Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concern. It's also a huge way to help support me and the channel. Anything goes a long way. And yeah, we'll keep on keeping on for a few more minutes here. And then I will be going live on Twitch later, so stay tuned for that. You can follow me on Twitch, link down below. I'll do that within the hour. So follow me on Twitch. I won't put the links down below. So if you click the description, you can go follow me on Twitch. Do I think Jonathan was nerfed in season 4? Doesn't nerfed mean like dumbed down in a way? Like, yeah, he was then. He was really lame in season 4, and honestly, that's probably his worst season in the entire show, which is unfortunate. But you know, thoughts on parody movies such as Scary Movie and Superhero Movie? I think I've seen parts of Scary Movie. I don't know if they're really my thing. I've never really given them a shot, but they're just not that funny from what I've seen. They're like too stupid. I've never fully watched Scary Movie, but yeah. Christian Bale's the best Batman. George Clooney's the worst. Pattinson is the best to me. Clooney being the worst, maybe. Yeah, he might just be. Top 3 MCU directors. James Gunn is number 1. I guess I'd have to say the Russo brothers, but even then, they haven't done much outside of the MCU. And then I probably would have to go maybe Ryan Coogler. Yeah, those are probably the 3. Blue Beetle or Deadpool 3? Of course, Deadpool 3. I'm more excited for that, but I'm still very pumped for Blue Beetle. Deadpool 3 or Venom 3? Deadpool 3. Venom 3, I don't care about. Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween? Halloween. Nightmare on Elm Street's okay, but Halloween is also okay. I just enjoy it more. I actually liked Halloween a lot when I first watched it, but over time I've kind of been like, it's okay, but it's honestly a very fun movie to watch on Halloween night. As much as I have disrespected that franchise over the years to a lot of people who've taken it personally, I like the first Halloween enough. Nightmare on Elm Street was fine. All the 80s horror franchises like that are just a little overrated to me, honestly, because they're not really that well made of movies. You know, the horror movies I like are like really well made movies, and those are just like cheese fests where it's like, oh, this person's gonna get stabbed to death. This person's gonna get eaten alive. Not really, but you know what I mean. What's the worst Saw movie? Jigsaw, in my opinion. I'm going to be rewatching them all, so my mind could change, but Jigsaw currently is my least favorite. I have not watched the Terrifier movies. I don't know if I ever will. Favorite show? Stranger Things. Stranger Things or Barbie? Stranger Things. Cobra Kai over Stranger Things easily? I disagree. I take Stranger Things. Do you think the Craven movie? I think the Craven movie is Morbius 2.0. I think it's doomed. Thoughts on Nocturnal Animals? I've never seen it, but I'm familiar with it. Is that Jake Gyllenhaal, Aaron Taylor Johnson? Is it Amy Adams, maybe? Maybe not. And it's Tom Ford who directed it, right? I think. Best 2020 film, in my opinion, is Tenet. Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends? Halloween Kills. And neither movie is good. Keep, watch, burn X-Men, DCEU, MCU. I will keep the MCU. I will watch X-Men. I will burn the DCEU. Top 3 Tarantino in no order. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Inglourious Bastards, Pulp Fiction. Keep, watch, burn Breaking Bad, The Boys, Stranger Things. Keep Stranger Things, watch Breaking Bad, burn The Boys. Have I seen There Will Be Blood? I have once years ago. I didn't love it like everyone else, but it's a well-made movie, and I can't deny that. It just wasn't my favorite. I knew that you would respond to the Halloween comment. Oh, man. What's your favorite DC movie outside of the DCEU? Probably The Batman. Thoughts on The Prestige? My second or third favorite Nolan movie. I think it was my 2 recently. So well done. I mean, such a well-executed final act, and just the movie, it's so good. I so well acted, such a smart script, brilliant movie. What's your favorite Superman film? Man of Steel that I've seen. I haven't seen a lot of them, though. Saw or Scream? Ooh. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm leaning Saw right now just because I'm in a Saw mood. Again, I love both movies a lot. Last time I fully watched Saw was a few years ago, but I've seen so many scenes from it since then. But I'm fully watching it again soon, and it's probably getting the 5 out of 5 treatment on Letterboxd. Just a heads up for those who follow me. Craven will be better than Morbius. I mean, really, it should be. It shouldn't take much to beat that. I probably won't watch Twisted Metal. I don't even really know what it is. I've seen some ads for it, but I haven't really seen it. Thoughts on the Planet of the Apes trilogy? Really well made movies. I've seen them all. The last time I watched them was 2017, though, so they're not fresh on my mind. I've never been like, oh, those are my favorite movies that I need to rewatch. They're really good movies, though. I have met celebrities at cons. I met a lot of Cobra Kai actors. William Zabka, Ralph Macchio, Shola Marduena, Paul Walter Hauser, Martin Kove. I've technically met Joseph Quinn briefly. I met Charlie Cox, John Bernthal. These were all at cons. Grace Van Dyne. Who else? Giancarlo Esposito. The Hobbit actors, technically, I briefly met them. Not really. It was more so about Cam meeting them. I've met a lot of actors. So yeah, never like in public. Actually, in public at Disneyland when I was with Trevor, I saw Sam Witwer walking. I was like, oh shit. And I walked right up to him. I said, hey man, are you Sam Witwer? He was like, yeah. I said, I'm a big fan. This is when I was rewatching Clone Wars and Rebels. And I talked to him for like a minute. He was a really cool dude. He voices Darth Maul. He's also Starkiller from the Force Unleashed games. So it was a really cool interaction. And I got a picture with him. It's on my Instagram. Favorite Scorsese movie? The Departed for me. I think someone asked me actually earlier, and like I totally didn't say that, but The Departed's my answer. Like in a stream yesterday, maybe. Let's see. I might just cry when Stranger Things ends. That show means so much to me. The final trailer might even make me cry, honestly. I'm so excited, just overwhelmed with emotion. It's gonna be something. I've never watched the Mortal Kombat film from 2021. I saw the first 10 minutes, but I've never fully watched it. And I'll end with this. Thoughts on Fear Street. I have not watched them, but they're on my horror watch list. I've got a big horror watch list right now. Fear Street trilogy is top priority, so I should be watching that within the next month or so, hopefully. We'll see. But I think that's going to do it for this Film Stock Live. That was a fun one. Almost 100 people in there at one point. That's crazy. I appreciate you guys if you were in here live the whole time, if you stopped in briefly, if you were in the chat active, if you weren't, if you're watching on the replay. Thank you guys for the support. It really does mean a lot. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to that notification bell if you haven't already. I'm going to drop this in the chat. Go subscribe to the podcast channel right there for weekly episodes of the podcast, shorts, all that. We have a lot of fun talking Marvel, movies, life. It's a lot of fun. Myself, my girlfriend Cam. We got an upcoming episode probably talking about the MCU Disney Plus show. So right here, boom, go check it out. I'm going live on Twitch later today, probably within an hour or so. So if you want to continue hanging out here, asking questions, hanging out, follow me on my Twitch. It is linked down below. It's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to it, but that'll do it. Stay tuned for more content coming very, very soon. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. August is tomorrow. Where'd all the time go? Crazy, right? Anyways, I will see you guys in the next stream, next video, next short. Peace.